Good afternoon. We are coming to you live from Dick Scanlon Memorial Field for today's varsity baseball matchup between host Wilmington High School and visiting Melrose High. It's a beautiful day out today. We've been wanting to try and get a live broadcast of a baseball game for some time. Few things seem to go more with spring/summer than baseball, but weather has not been cooperative. I am Sam Perkins with today's broadcast. We will be with the starting lineups momentarily, but in the meantime, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar, Austin Stife Mortgage Loan Officer, and Team Blue Realty. WCTV sports coverage is powered by Red Heat Tavern and Knowledge Brokers Realty. And Wilmington High Baseball is sponsored by Business Interiors Floor Covering and TJ's Barbershop. So in today's matchup, the starting lineups first for visiting Melrose. Batting first, playing shortstop, number 1, Mikey Thomas. Batting second, playing left field, number 2, Dylan Harrington. Batting third and pitching, number 11, Jaden Aquino. Batting fourth, catching, number 19, Brendan Doyle. Those first 4 batters right there in the lineup are all senior captains for visiting Melrose. Batting fifth for Melrose, number 23, playing right field, Cadel McCown. Batting sixth in the DH spot, number 12, Brian Capodiludo. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 10, Reed Heidelbrecht. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 5, Jack Casey is a junior. And batting ninth, playing center field, number 7, Nate Greer, a sophomore, the only underclassman starting for Melrose. For host Wilmington, who will be taking the field momentarily, leading off, playing shortstop, number 7, Julian Martins. Batting second, the second baseman, number 4, Will Poyant. Batting third and pitching, the ace of the staff, senior captain, Aiden Balter, number 12. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 5, Roman Sinat. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 3, Theo Bryson. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 11, Noah Titterington. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 6, J.R. Haggerty. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 1, Ryan Gray. And batting ninth, center fielder, Connor Lovell. So Aiden Balter is starting, as I mentioned. He is the ace of the staff. He goes somewhere between 6'6", 6'7", throws in the high 80s, if not higher, and that ball seems like it gets on you even faster with his height. He has a very nice curveball. He's going to play college baseball next year at Hobart College. Also an outstanding basketball player for the Wildcats basketball team. Had a fantastic senior season in basketball. Really, his improvement from junior to senior year was fantastic. He's a kid. He's playing Division III college baseball. I think certainly could have played higher if that was the priority for him. Definitely could play Division III college basketball if that was what he wanted. His battery mate behind the plate, Theo Bryson, is a sophomore. Has really come leaps and bounds from his freshman year and how he's calling a game and his footwork behind the plate. His approach behind the plate works extremely hard back there. Another sophomore in the lineup for the Wildcats is shortstop Julian Martins. So they have some youth up the middle, a lot of potential. The Melrose team is a senior-heavy team. As we mentioned, their first 4 batters are senior captains. They are starting 5 seniors and 3 juniors. First pitch, we will be underway in a moment. As we mentioned, it is a beautiful day here at Scanlon Memorial Field. Finally able to get a baseball broadcast in. First pitch from Balter. Fastball for a strike. Always like to see the game start off like that. Curveball in there for strike 2. Balter has a very big sweeping curve when he is on. The difference in speeds between curveball and fastball is really tough on hitters. Fastball low. It's 1-2. To Mikey Thomas, who is the shortstop leading off for Melrose. 1-2 count. That is lifted into center field. Oh, Connor Lovell with a dive, not quite able to come up with it. And Thomas is into second base. Tough play. I'd give him a double on that. Lovell had to go into a dive out there in center field. Lovell is a fantastic athlete for Wilmington High. If you've paid attention to anything WCTV sports related, you've heard about him this year. Was having an outstanding season in football through the Wildcats' first 3 games as a wide receiver, was leading all receivers in the state of Massachusetts in receiving yards before a devastating leg injury. It's a strike in there for Balter to Harrington. Second battery started off with a strike. Curveball. Ball was low. Theo Bryson asked to check it. Field umpire said he went around, so it is 0-2. I would agree with that call from my vantage point. Looked like his wrist did break on that. So 0-2, great start on this for Balter. Checks the runner at second, keeps him honest. When Balter is not pitching, he plays first base, is also an outstanding defensive first baseman. Fouled off by Harrington. Curveball looked like, was just able to hold back long enough to get a bat on that. So the count remains 0-2. Man on second base. No outs. Balter K's him. That may have been a change-up there from him. Strikeout swinging, 1 down. Fantastic job on the mound for Balter so far to start. He has thrown He has thrown 7 pitches, 6 of them for strikes. So the pitcher, Jaden Aquino, who is the number 3 batter, I believe I may have heard talk that he's their ace as well on the mound. I may have overheard wrong, but that's what I believe. He's batting 3rd. Strike in there for Balter. Fastball. Look like a curve in there. Strike 2. Looking. 0-2 count. Balter's been way ahead on all 3 batters he's faced so far. Fastball high for a ball. 1-2. 10 pitches, 8 for strikes so far for Balter. Fouled out of play to the first base side. So if my calculations are correct, that's 11 pitches, 9 for strikes. He has only thrown 2 balls so far. I believe he is at 11 pitches. Balter checking the runner at second. Goes to the plate. That is a chip shot to Will Poyant at second base. Makes the play. 2 down. Pitches, 10 for strikes for Balter on the mound. 2 down, runner on second. Curveball just missed there. First batter, he has started off with a curve. This is Brendan Doyle, the catcher, batting cleanup for Melrose. Another curveball, ball 2. First batter, he's fallen behind on. Wind is blowing a bit, blowing across the field, out to right field, sort of from the third base dugout out to right field. A little bit of a cross breeze, but it is blowing out. Another curveball, I believe. It's definitely an off speed for a strike. It is 2-1. 2 outs, runner on second. Curveball in the dirt. Great block by Bryson. Not able to recover in time. A great jump by Thomas, taking advantage of that curveball in the dirt to get to third base. Theo did a great job blocking that. He is really, that's an area that he has improved a tremendous amount on this year. It's 3-1. Theo Bryson calls time behind the plate. Going to go over something with Balter on the mound. They probably got crossed up there signal-wise. Three and one. A lot of off-speed stuff from Balter here. Only 1 fastball so far. There's a second fastball for a strike. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on third now. See what he goes with, what Theo calls here. Popped up. Theo making a play on it, but it is out of play. Came with the fastball up. Remains 3-2. It's the situation of a cleanup hitter with a runner on third. You can walk him. I know you want to keep the momentum going, but, you know, throw something that's not very hittable to get him to either chase something up. Just missed that. It's ball 4. So it will be first and third, 2 outs. That is a walk for Doyle. Balter's first walk. Doyle did not run on that. It's ball up top. Fastball high. Batter is Cadel McCown, junior, playing right field. Balter checks the runner at first. Runner's going. Theo holds on to it, not throwing down. Call was a strike on that pitch, I believe. Yep, it was a strike. Looked like it may have been a little up, but hard vantage point. We are down the first baseline. I'm going to trust the umpire's eyes better than mine. Another fastball from Balter, fouled straight back. It is 1-2 now. Cadel McCown, runners on second and third, 2 outs. This is definitely a situation where you do not want to find the middle of the plate. You have first base open. You're ahead. Fastball up. Good idea by Balter. 2-2. I'm certainly not advocating to put him on. You want to put him away, but you don't want to give him something that he can drive. Strike 3, Balter K's him with the high heat. Beautiful pitch call, going up out of the zone. And Balter is out of that jam. with a strikeout. Wildcats will be coming up when we return in the bottom of the first. So we are back underway. Julian Martins leading off for Wilmington High. The count is 1-1. Julian Martins, a sophomore, shortstop. Very talented young player. He has made some exceptional defensive plays in the field for Wilmington this year. That was a ball down and away, 2-1. Martin swings through that one, just got a piece, 2-2. Julian Martins is starting at shortstop. 2 years ago, the starting shortstop for the Wildcats was Jacob Roque, who is Martin's cousin. And Martins goes down swinging on 5 pitches. Jacob Roque, Martin's cousin, the former starting shortstop for Wilmington High, is currently playing baseball as a freshman at Franklin Pierce University. They just qualified for the Division II NCAA tournament. Will Poyant, the second baseman, is now up. Off-speed pitch, missed inside, 1-0. Jake Roque did a post-grad year. Poyant swings through another off-speed pitch. It is 1-1. So after a post-grad year, Jake Roque is going to be going to the College Baseball World Series, Division II. Fastball away, 2-1 on to Poyant. Quino is on the mound for Melrose. Nice curveball. A lot of confidence going back there, down for a swinging strike 2. Ground ball to short. Nice play at short for Thomas from Melrose. Came right through that, did everything you want, fired a bullet over to first base for the 6-3 ground out, 2 down. Aiden Balter up, the number 3 hitter for the Wildcats. Held up on that, pitch down, ball one. He looked like he was ready to unload. Balter does have power to leave the yard. Swung through that one, 1-1 on Balter. Balter's got big-time power when he runs into a fastball. Probably the Wildcats' strongest hitter. That's why he's batting third. Senior captain, heading to play college ball at Hobart next year. Held back on another off-speed pitch. 2-1 with 2 outs. Fouled that one off, 2-2. Good take. 3-2 full count. Pitch looked close, but what do I know? I'm standing 180 feet away. Looked like a good take. Oof. Got him with a curveball. Called strike 3 to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Melrose. So after 1, it is 0-0. We will be back for the second inning.
Catch up 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So we are back for the top of the second inning. Leading off the inning is a DH. No. They do not have a DH, so I wrote that one down wrong. But it is Brian Capodiludo. Takes a curveball for strike 1 from Balter. Ball up top. It's 1-2. Hits a fly ball out there to Connor Lovell in center field. Lovell's camped under it, makes a play. 1 down. Balter is still humming strikes in there. It's got to be at about 80% strikes right now. So 1 down, first baseman. Reed Heidelbrecht is up. Takes a ball. Fly ball out to left towards Ryan Gray, who's running hard, dives, and makes the diving catch out there in left field. Ryan Gray, terrific play out in left field. Really fantastic play by Ryan Gray out there. 2 down. That is a very tough play for a left fielder. It was a left-handed hitter. Ball slicing away from you out in left field when you go opposite field. Balter fires another strike in there. Up again, 0-1. Ground ball foul, so 0-2. Jack Casey, a junior, number 5, is up, the third baseman for Melrose. He's in an 0-2 hole. See what Theo Bryson calls and what Balter comes with. Way ahead 0-2. Good call by Theo. Setup up, fastball up. You know, hitter up in the lineup. Maybe you go curveball down, but bottom of the lineup, just try and blow him away. Curveball down there, 2-2. Staying out of the zone, trying to get him to chase. Nice block by Theo. Theo Bryson works very hard behind the plate as a sophomore. Catching is really a lost art, and not many young players want to do it. You have to work very hard back there. Beats up your body, and not many athletes. Theo's an outstanding athlete. Wrestler, football player. And Balter blows Casey away with a fastball right down the middle. Wish we had a gun because that looked like one of his hardest pitches of the day so far. Strikeout swinging. Casey could not catch up. So after 1.5, it is 0-0. Wildcats will be coming up to start the second. So start off the second inning, it will be the cleanup batter, right fielder, Roman Sinat, followed by Theo Bryson, the catcher. Number 11, Noah Titterington, the third baseman, will be batting third. There are a lot of players on this baseball team that were all teammates in basketball. The Wilmington High boys basketball team had a fantastic season, their best record in more than a decade, qualified for the state tournament under first-year head coach Anthony Faraday. Had a fantastic first year. Team only won 4 games a year ago. This past year they won 12, so they tripled up their win totals. Players from that basketball team who are on the baseball team are Aiden Balter, who's the captain of both sports, as we said, was fantastic. Ryan Gray was, I believe, the leading scorer. He's playing left field, outstanding shooting guard. Connor Lovell's also a basketball player. But stepping up to bat right now is Roman Sinat, who is also a basketball player. Had a breakout season this year as a junior, really didn't play as a sophomore, and stepped into the starting lineup and was a fantastic defender. Down 0-1. Ball misses 1-1 on Sinat. He was the team's best defender. He's playing right field for the Wildcats here. Nice piece by Sinat. A nice play in the hole. That is a beautiful play by Melrose's shortstop, Mikey Thomas. Went into the hole, into the slide, backhanded it, popped up, fired a strike over to first base to get Sinat. That was a fantastic play. Julian Martins made one just like that on Saturday against Shawshene Tech for Wilmington. Made a couple. So Theo Bryson, sophomore catcher, is up to bat now. 1 out. And they said he did go on that off-speed pitch to start. Swung over a strike, down and out of the zone. Down 0-2 is Theo. Ooh, looked like he got fooled on that one, but it missed. 1-2. one of those things you really want hitters, one of the things that I learned as a hitter, not to talk about myself here, but is they talk about zoning up at the plate. Theo goes down on a breaking ball up, 2 outs. We talk about zoning up to hitters is you go up there when it's your count, when you are not down, before you have 2 strikes on, you go up there looking for a specific pitch. Unless a hit and run is put on or is a bunt or something like that, go up there and zone up and look for your pitch that you know is your pitch that you can handle, and don't swing at anything other than that. But if you get that pitch, unload on it. I really don't care about the count. If you go up there 0-0, I don't believe in having to take a pitch if you're a competent hitter. Noah Titterington, the third baseman, is now down 0-2. I really believe in going up there looking for your pitch because you might only get it in one at-bat, once in that at-bat. That is a line drive to center field for Titterington, and it is a base hit. First Wildcats hit of the game. Nice line drive up there. I've seen a decent amount of Noah so far. He's another kid who really didn't play last year, but he's gotten starting position this year. Very nice line drive hitter. Not a guy that's going to leave the yard, but very solid at the plate. Keeps his weight back. Great balance. So 2 down. Titterington on first after a nice line drive single. J.R. Haggerty, the first baseman, the number 7 hitter, is now up at the plate. Ball is up. Didn't get far enough away from the catcher for Titterington to try and advance. It's 1-0. That was a fastball up. J.R. Haggerty at the plate. Ground ball to the first baseman. That ball was foul. So the count is 1-1. Titterington at first base. Haggerty at the plate. Titterington goes. Throw down from the catcher. He is going to be in there. Strong throw by Doyle, the catcher, but it was high into center field. Good backup by the center fielder, Greer. So Titterington couldn't advance to third, but he is in scoring position. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Ball low, 3-1. Good take by Haggerty. Haggerty's a junior. Another kid who this is really his first varsity playing time. Ball up. Ball 4. So 2 out. Runners on first and second with Ryan Gray, the number 8 hitter, coming up to bat. You might not think of your 8 hitter as being a threat. I did see Gray almost leave the yard earlier this year here. Beautiful double to left field that if the wind was blowing like it is today, might have been out. Takes a strike, looked like probably about the bottom of that zone. You know, you don't want your hitters to talk negatively to the umpires at all, but it is totally okay to say in a polite way, hey, Blue, is that about the bottom of that zone, and get some clarification, which is what I would definitely recommend on a pitch like that, is just asking, hey, is that about the bottom or does he have some more? Usually your umpire will be honest and let you know that's the bottom of the zone or he's got another 2 inches. 0-1 on Ryan Gray. Nice cut, but swung through it. 0-2. Looked like he was just a hair behind on that one. So 0-2, now you're telling your batters to shorten up their swing and just try and put the ball in play. Oh, 2 out. First and second. Gray does a nice job staying back on that curveball and fouling it off. Did a great job staying back on that. I was talking about looking for your pitch and zoning up early in the count, but when you're down 0-2, you got to be getting a bat on anything close. Shortening up your swing, expanding the zone, you know, giving them another 3 inches sort of each side of the strike zone. Fastball past him, strikes out to end the inning. Wildcats strand 2, but they do get some runners on. Nice hit by Noah Titterington. And after 2, it is 0-0 Wilmington Melrose. For those just tuning in, we are here live at Scanlon Memorial Field on the campus of Wilmington High School. It's a beautiful day for baseball between host Wilmington High and visiting Melrose. WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar. Go to them for any solar solutions. They are phenomenal. Run by Freddie Petkis, an amazing story, self-made, family-owned business. Austin Stife, mortgage loan officer. Austin's a huge supporter of all things Wilmington. Team Blue Realty. WCTV Sports is powered by Red Heat Tavern. They are the one restaurant in town that WCTV legend, intern, student JT Kilburn can eat at because they are very conscious of allergies, and JT has a lot of them. And we are also powered by Knowledge Brokers Realty. Wilmington High Baseball is sponsored by Business Interiors Floor Covering and TJ's Barbershop. So we are getting ready to start the 3rd inning. Center fielder number 7, Nate Greer, leading off for Melrose. Nate is the only underclassman starting for this Melrose team. He's a sophomore. Pitch 1 from Balter looked like that might have been a changeup for a strike, swinging strike. Appeared off speed. Fastball, strike 2, way ahead. Balter has been ahead on almost every batter he's faced. I've got him at about 80% strikes so far. Missed just a little bit up. 1-2, looked like another fastball. Balter does a really good job hiding his pitches. Delivery looks the same every time. Fouled off, but hung on to by Theo Bryson for the K. Great job up there by Balter, and a very nice job by Theo hanging on. I can't say enough about Theo Bryson behind the plate. I was starting to get into it earlier, but he is a sophomore. It is not a position that many kids want to play. You get beat up, and almost no athletes are behind there. I could not recommend catching enough. Curveball from Balter's in there for a strike. I was switched to catcher from shortstop center field my freshman year of college. It enabled me to play for a long time after that because it's an in-demand position and not a lot of athletes, and Theo is a very athletic kid. Older sister Hannah is a freshman in college this year. Last year, Hannah won states and all states in Massachusetts in wrestling. Outstanding wrestler. Went to New England's, finished runner-up in New England's, and looked like she was in line to win until she suffered an injury in the championship match. So, very athletic family. Mom, Jen, is on the school committee and a professor at Boston University. Got to ask what Dad Jeff is doing, you know. I think he's really got to step his game up here a little bit with so many accomplished people in the family. So after starting ahead there, Balter walks leadoff batter Thomas. So 1 out, man on first after the walk. Mikey Thomas made an exceptional play out there in the field last inning, going deep into the hole, short, backhand in the slide, popping up, throwing over to first base. He's on. He's a danger to steal. He's got a pretty good lead. Going. Nope, bluffed it, but the ball gets away from Theo. Theo was popping up out of his crouch into the throw, and the ball was in the dirt. Fastball down. Looked like miscommunication, maybe missing the spot. Ball up. Is now 2-0 on Harrington, the number 2 batter. Balter comes back there with a strike, 2-1. Nice job coming back with a strike. It's the left fielder, Dylan Harrington, senior captain. First 3 batters in the Melrose lineup are senior captains. Sorry, first 4 batters in the Melrose lineup. Balter checks the runner, keeps him honest. One of those little slow turns back to second base. The only intention there is to see what the runner's doing, keep him from getting too big a lead, not trying to pick him off with that move. Balter misses up, so it is 3-1. Tough spot for a pitcher. You kind of see what you're made out of. I know Balter has thrown a lot in his high school career. Popped up in the infield. Balter takes it. That is not something you want your pitcher taking that ball. You really want one of your infielders to call him off. They have a better angle on that coming in versus the pitcher going back. Also, you don't want to risk your pitcher, but Balter has a lot of experience out there. He's been a varsity player since, I believe, his freshman year. Certainly his sophomore year, 3-year varsity starter. Your first baseman and second baseman, J.R. Haggerty at first, and Will Poyant at second. This is really their first varsity playing time for the most part. So not the most experienced. This Wilmington High team, not a lot of experience at all. Balter started last year. Ryan Gray started some games last year. Theo split time behind the plate. So really only one full-time starter is back here for this Wilmington High team. 2 partial starters. Oh, Connor Lovell started. So 2 full-time starters, 2 partial starters. But a lot of inexperience out there. A lot of talent, though. Popped up foul. So it is 1-2. Balter's ahead. 2 outs, 1-2 on the number 3 hitter, Aquino. He's definitely a threat at the plate. Balter steps off the mound. It's a little settle down, let everyone know you're still in control on the mound as the pitcher. They're working on your time. He's getting back on the mound, going from the stretch. It's again, Balter at somewhere between 6'6", 6'7", is a presence on the mound. Fastball up. Miss, 2-2 on Aquino, number 3 hitter. Dangerous bat. 2 outs, runner on second. Mikey Thomas is on second base, there, shortstop, leadoff hitter. Julian Martin's keeping him close. Oh yes, check that. Balter went upstairs. Aquino could not hold up on the fastball. Fantastic job getting out of that jam. So once again, Balter holds runner at second base. After 2.5, it is still 0-0. Really nice job out there by Balter to recover and blow away a very talented Melrose lineup. Very senior heavy, as I was saying. This Melrose team has 4 senior captains starting, their first 4 batters in the lineup. All but one of their starters are upperclassmen, and a lot of varsity minutes and innings out there for Melrose. Wilmington, nowhere near the experience of Melrose, but a very talented young Wilmington High team. Leading off the next inning is going to be the center fielder for Wilmington, the number 9 hitter, Connor Lovell. Connor Lovell, as I was saying earlier, outstanding athlete, a kid that you really feel for, was having a truly fantastic season high school football. He goes probably about 6'2", somewhere maybe around 190 pounds, is built like a Division I wide receiver, has that kind of speed and athleticism, strength that you just do not see at this level very much. The year before, senior Christian Febo was their go-to wide receiver. Febo earned a Febo earned a spot to play Division I football at Stonehill, and Febo may have been a half step faster than Connor, but Connor significantly bigger, stronger, had all the potential in the world, was leading all wide receivers in Massachusetts in receiving yards through 3 games, well over 300, up around 350 yards in 3 games. Really almost impossible to cover, and then suffered a devastating leg injury, ended his football season. He had to miss most of the basketball season. It's great to see him back out there. Could not hold up on the curveball by Aquino to start. You have to have a lot of confidence in yourself out there to come with a curveball. 0-1 on level. Good take, close pitch, 1-1 on level. Julian Martin's on deck, leadoff batter. I believe he held up. Ooh, that was a questionable call, but they said he went around, curveball way out of the zone. But you put yourself in that position when you're not going up there, looking on your pitch, sitting on your pitch. That ball was way out of the zone, and he definitely started his hands. 0-2, nice job fouling it off. Sorry, 1-2, nice job fouling it off, staying alive. But that is one of those things that you need to have an approach when you're going up there as a hitter. You need to be, until you get 2 strikes, going up there looking for your pitch, whatever your pitch is. If it's a fastball in, that's your strength. If it's a fastball away, that's your strength. If it's a curveball or changeup, you're sitting on your pitch, and that's what you are unloading on. Fastball up, another check swing, fouled it off. Remains 1-2. Tough count to be in for level. Realized I was standing in the way of our videographer, Elijah Lee, there. Curveball, level swings over the top. Swinging strikeout, 1 down. 1 out, leadoff batter Julian Martins is up. Julian is a sophomore, shortstop, very speedy, outstanding defensive player. Think as he gets bigger and stronger, the power will come. Takes a fastball low and away. Julian, football player as well, also a basketball player, but baseball is his dominant sport. And he has made some spectacular plays in the field this year as a sophomore already. Takes down, 2-0. Also in the Wildcats win at Lexington, stole home. Was an impressive play, head first slide. To Martins, hitter's count, takes a strike down at the knees. You know, like I said, I'm not someone that thinks you should, I never think if you get 2-0 that you should just be sit and take, but you should be looking for your pitch. Probably was not his pitch. Swings through that one down. So it's 2-2. Definitely don't think that was his pitch. But Martins is an excellent player. You want him to be shortening up, just trying to put the ball in play here, 2-2. Takes a ball down. He's really working this at bat, 3-2. He's just a baseball kid. He's an outstanding athlete in football. He's also a basketball player. He's a great athlete across the board, but baseball seems to be far and away his preferred sport. As we said, his older cousin Jacob Roque is a shortstop, freshman shortstop at Franklin Pierce. Was the starting shortstop. Ball into the hole to Thomas. Is Thomas going to be able to get him? He does. Thomas has really looked outstanding out there for Melrose at shortstop. Martins gets down the line in a hurry, and that was not a particularly hard hit ball. Had to come through it. Fired a strike over to first base. Really, really, really 2 exceptional shortstops out there for each team. Thomas, a senior for Melrose. Martin's a sophomore for Wilmington. I believe Thomas is going to do a post-grad year at the Winchendon School. PG years are becoming more and more popular for athletes. It's a way to get bigger, stronger if you want to play at a higher level. This is only my first time seeing him, but he certainly looks like a kid who will play college ball at some level. Will Poyant grounds out to second base to end the inning. So after 3, it remains 0-0. A pitcher's duel if ever there was one. So Balter is warming up on the mound. We're heading into the top of the 4th. It is 0-0. As I was saying earlier, this Wilmington High baseball team has a lot of players from the basketball team on it. You go down the roster, Ryan Gray, who's starting in left field. This is starting shooting guard for the basketball team. Connor Lovell, starting center fielder. Would have been a starter for this year's basketball team, or was projected to be until that terrible leg injury during the football season. Will Poyant, starting guard as a shooting guard, was the top shooter, maybe the top shooter in the league. We saw him hit a buzzer beater at the half when Wilmington High played a game at Salem State earlier this year. Julian Martins, starting shortstop, is a basketball player. Kyle Gabry, who's a pitcher, is a big man on the basketball team. Noah Titterington's another guard on the basketball team. Aiden Balter, senior captain on the basketball team. Awful lot of basketball players represented on this Wilmington High baseball team. And one of those things that's really hard for a school like Wilmington, when it is as small as it is enrollment-wise, and you're playing in the Middlesex League, where most of the teams are twice your size, is you are really at a competitive disadvantage through no fault of your own. First pitch by Balter is a strike, another strike there. He is continuing to pound that zone. Because you just have half the enrollment of all the other schools. It's a small town, and when you have half the enrollment, you have half the chances of having great athletes. And there are some really good athletes coming through Wilmington High, but it is tough. I don't envy the job for any of the coaches, for athletic director Dennis Ingram, of having to come up with schedules that are competitive. Wilmington High baseball coach Matt McManus is outstanding. Was a Division I pitcher at Northeastern University. There's a ground ball to Martins, comes in, makes the play. Nice strong play out there at short for Julian Martins to throw out Doyle, 6'3". Julian is an outstanding young shortstop, very talented. Older cousin, as I said, Jacob Roque, is playing Division II baseball at Franklin Pierce. They just made the D2 World Series. When I saw Julian last year as a freshman, it was the year after Jake had graduated, I swore it was Jake Roque. They look so much alike, it is wild. Curveball to start off, strike from Balter on McCown. Strike 2, way ahead, 0-2. Balter is really doing an outstanding job out there. I've had 2 runners reach second base and it's gotten out of those jams. Runner reached third, I believe, gotten out of that. Ball a little up, so it is 1-2 on McCown. K's him, 2 down now. Balter is really looking masterful on the mound right now. He is a emotional player on the mound. You will see him get very pumped up when he gets out of innings. Another strike to start off. Capitolito, just barely got a bat on that. 0-1, fouled off. Balter is a hard player for a high school kid to catch up on. And there is a line drive, opposite field into the gap. Connor Lovell does a nice job of cutting that one off and keeping it to a single. It was a great job by Capitolito of not trying to do too much at the plate. probably know that you are not going to get ahead of Aiden Balter and just go an opposite field, not overswinging it. A lot of kids, when they have a hard thrower on the mound, they start trying to swing even harder, and it puts you at a big disadvantage. Capodolito just waited back on that little single opposite field line drive. Balter right back with a strike on Heidelbrecht, number 7 hitter, fastball. 0-1 count, 2 out. Top of the 4th. Curveball just a bit up 1-1. A lot of these Melrose base runners are, when the pitcher goes home, they're taking 2 hard strides like they're stealing and then stopping. I'm not a huge fan of that. I mean, Melrose has a strong squad, seems to be working for them, but at the next level, if that's where these kids want to go, you're going to have a lot of kids getting backpicked. Heidelbrecht, another line drive, opposite field, single to left, so 2 outs, first and second. Number 8 hitter Casey's up to bat, 2 down, 0-0, top of the 4th, first and second after 2 opposite field singles. Curveball in there for a strike. Balter is pounding that zone. Casey, the 3rd baseman, is up to bat for Melrose, 0-1. Nice stop by Theo Bryson on a curveball down. Theo works very hard behind the plate. Very promising sophomore catcher. 1-1 count, 2 out, first and second runners. Curveball in there for a strike, 1-2. On Jack Casey, the 3rd baseman. Balter from the stretch, turns around, checks the runner on second. Capodolito, who's on second, does not look like he is a base running threat from what we've seen. Line drive, Julian Martins with a great play out there. Snags the line drive to end the inning. After 3.5, it remains 0-0. So Balter has gotten through 4 frames without giving up a run. Outstanding job. Just saw coming in that Major League Baseball has reinstated Pete Rose for eligibility to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, of course, was the all-time hits leader, one of the all-time great hitters who was banned for life from baseball for betting on games. He maintained that he only ever bet on his team to win, but with gambling and the ability to fix games and all the money at stake and the integrity of the game, no way you can stay in. I never really sits right with me when these things happen, where Pete Rose passed away earlier this year and then they reinstate him. It seems like that happens a lot, where I don't necessarily feel like Pete Rose should be reinstated with what he did. Not a particularly great guy, not that it's the hall of being a good person, but did something that really is not something that you can condone in any way. But if you're going to reinstate him, do it while he's alive. I don't really get that one. We are coming back for the bottom of the 4th. Aiden Balter, the number 3 hitter, is at the bat, at the plate. That sounded awkward, at the bat. Takes a curveball down. Aquino is still on the mound for Melrose. Balter ahead 1-0. Should be zoning up and sitting on your pitch here for Balter. He has power. Takes a very healthy cut at that one. Sounded like he got a piece of it. Straight back into the catcher, 1-1. but that is a cut that you like to see. 1-1, 0-0 game, 1-1 count. Balter swings through a curveball, 1-2. Ooh, Balter was staying alive late on that one. Line drive, though, about 2 feet foul from being up the right field line. It was not going to be playable for the first baseman. Only question was whether it was fair or not. It was foul. Balter takes the ball down, nice at bat, well behind, 2-2 now. Aiden Balter at the plate, 2-2 count. Quino deals. Line drive to left field, base hit for Aiden Balter. He is on. That ball was hit very hard. He's got power. You know, at that height, the leverage you can get on the ball can do some damage. We saw him hit a home run here as a sophomore in the year-end tournament they hold every Memorial Day weekend. They're sending in a courtesy runner for Balter, the pitcher. Courtesy runner coming in for Wilmington is number 8. Brennan Walsh, a senior. You're allowed to do that in high school, have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. I believe the catcher as well. I may be mistaken on that. The rules change so often at the high school level. Bunt by, beautiful, beautiful bunt by Sinat. And Walsh gets all the way around to third base. They make the play on Sinat on the bunt, but really heads up base running. A great job as the third base coach from head coach Matt McManus to keep him coming. You could not have placed that ball any better up the third baseline. Third baseman charged. Walsh just had to beat the shortstop over there. Really great job all around. So runner on third. They ruled him out. The umpires conferred at first base. Looked like a very close play. They did just rule him out at first base. So 1 down after a beautiful bunt by Roman Sinat allows courtesy runner Brennan Walsh to get all the way around to third base. So 1 out, man on third, Theo Bryson. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It is a 0-0 game. Sophomore catcher Theo at the plate. Takes a strike down there. Fastball in. You know, I'm talking about these things like you zoning up and sitting on your pitch, but you got to remember that a kid like Theo Bryson's a sophomore. These are things that will come in time. Very healthy cut, fouls it back. 0-2. That is one of those things that if it's a competent hitter, I don't like telling a hitter that they have to take, because that first pitch might be the only good pitch that they get to hit. Takes his fastball up 1-2. Or sitting 2-0, great hitters count. The pitch you get 2-0 might be the one pitch that you can really drive in that at bat. Oh, heads up. Line drive. Theo Bryson opposite field here. Got it pretty close to us and some of the fans. And when I'm talking about not giving takes or not anything, I'm not saying that that's the strategy of Wilmington High at all, because I'm not sure what it is. It's just more overall with younger kids, even at the high school level, you see a lot of times coaches putting that take sign on in real hitters counts, and I feel like it handicaps the batter a lot. Theo with another cut, another foul ball. He's having a great at bat here. Remains 1-2, staying alive. And this is that count where you've got to protect the plate, shorten up, just looking to get the bat on the ball. Melrose has the infield in. Ooh. Chased a curveball out of the zone. 2 outs. 2 out now, runner on third. Noah Titterington, a great contact line drive hitter up. Healthy cut right there. On a fastball, strike one. Line drive gets a run here. Little base hit gets a run. And in a game like this, 1 run's pretty huge considering how both these pitchers have been performing. Nice curveball by Aquino. 0-2. Two pitches on the way. Ooh, beautiful pitch by Aquino. That is a masterful job of getting out of the inning. Curveball down, gets him to chase. So after 4 complete, it is 0-0. This is a real pitcher's duel here. Fantastically well-played game so far by both teams heading into the 5th inning. We'll be back. Pitching change for Wilmington High. Number 6, J.R. Haggerty, is now pitching. He's swapped with Aiden Balter, who is playing first base. Balter threw 4 scoreless innings. Wonderful job on the mound. Haggerty's first pitch is a fastball in the dirt for a ball. Fastball in there for a strike. The count is now 1-1. Bunt. That is a very well-placed bunt. Touch it and foul. hard for me to see from this angle. They're ruling it a foul ball. I think that was the right call, but I don't have a great angle on that from where I am up the first baseline. But it did appear, from what I could see, like it was a foul ball. Score is 0-0. The count is 1-2. Now 2-2 on center fielder. Nate Greer, sophomore center fielder, the only underclassman in the lineup for a Melrose team that is looking like a playoff team this year, having a very strong season. And he walks. So first batter walk, Nate Greer. That will bring the top of the order in shortstop, Mikey Thomas, senior captain, who has been having an outstanding game in the field. Headed to prep school next year, I believe. Definitely looking like a kid who can definitely play at a pretty good level of college ball. Runners going. Curveball up. No one covered the base. So Bryson's throw goes into center field. Big miscommunication up the middle there. No one covering second base. This is what you have to do as a catcher. If you do not have time to see is someone on the base, you just got to throw it if you're going to have any chance. Pop up, throw down to second. So that's not on the catcher. That's not on the pitcher. There was just nobody covering second base. And Melrose now has a runner on third with no outs and their leadoff batter up. 2-0 count. The top of the fifth. Popped up. Noah Titterington makes the play, one down. J.R. Haggerty gets a pop-up. That's what you want right there. No chance at scoring, ball out of play. Nice play by the third baseman, Titterington. They're bringing the infield in now with one out. The number 2 batter, Harrington, the left fielder. That is a line drive down the line, foul. Harrington was all over that fastball. Just a little bit in front of it. Dylan Harrington, the senior captain, pulled it down the right field line. It's only 3:15 down the line there. Didn't have a chance to get out, but if he was able to wait a split second longer on that, that's probably 2, maybe 3. Because that ball was hit with some authority. Now he goes oppo, line drive out towards Ryan Gray. Makes the catch on the run. Beautiful play. Line drive, but definitely deep enough to get the run in. So 1 run in on that sac fly by Harrington to left field. And that scores the first run of the game. It is now 1-0 Melrose with 2 out. Really outstanding play by Ryan Gray out there in left field. Ryan, you really basically have a second center fielder playing a corner outfield position. He really gets after it defensively. But it is now 1-0 Melrose in what has been an outstanding pitcher's duel so far. Strike by Haggerty to the number 3 batter, Aquino. It is 1-1. Popped up, that's gonna get out of play. He was a little bit late on it. Watch out, spectators. Out of play, it is now 1-2. Ground ball, and it's gonna be through. Aquino in opposite field with 2 strikes. That is exactly what you want to do. That is a fantastic job at the plate by a very strong baseball player. Stay within yourself, shorten the swing up. He's the number 3 hitter, but he wasn't trying to do anything other than put that ball in play. Line drive through the infield with 2 outs to get on. So 2 down, runner on first, 1-0 Melrose. J.R. Haggerty's pitching, has come in relief of Aiden Balter. Balter gave the Wildcats 4 outstanding innings, scoreless ball. Runner's going. Theo with a strong throw down, but not in time to get Aquino, who got a great jump out there. Steals second. Believe that was a strike. Runner on second. Two out, 0-1 count. Ground ball foul to the third base side, 0-2. On Doyle, the catcher, number 4 batter. Dangerous spot to the number 4 batter. You're way ahead. You don't want to give him something to drive here. Nice stop by Theo Bryson. Fastball down, 1-2. Theo really jumped on that one. And that is a line drive to center field, but Connor Lovell's out there and under it, and that is going to retire the side. 1-0 as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Heading into the bottom of the 5th inning in an absolute duel on a beautiful day out here. Finally have some great weather, finally able to get a baseball broadcast in. Wildcats, if my bookkeeping is not off, which is not easy to be keeping score and commentating and doing all of this, especially because I have not kept a scorebook in a long time, but I believe it will be Haggerty, Gray, and Lovell, 7, 8, 9 for Wilmington coming up to bat. And a 1-0 game. Yep. Looks like Haggerty, who started the game at first base and has moved to pitcher, is in the on-deck circle. So my bookkeeping, although shaky, is all right now. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors. WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar, Austin Stife, Mortgage Loan Officer, Team Blue Realty. Our sports coverage is powered by Red Heat Tavern and Knowledge Brokers Realty. And Wilmington High Baseball is sponsored by TJ's Barbershop and Business Interiors Floor Covering. We thank our sponsors very much. Crew today, our Director of Operations, Matt McMakin, is out here helping us with this. Maria Aliberti, our Programming Director, is technical directing this broadcast. We have Aza, whose last name I'm going to butcher. Aza, how do you pronounce her last name? Pietropalo. Aza Pietropalo is on the camera. We also have Elijah Lee is out here shooting cinematic video for a highlight video. All of our crew is phenomenal. They're carrying a lot of dead weight in me here, but I'm doing my best to try and help out. So J.R. Haggerty, Jr., stepping up to the box. Right-handed batter. Started the game playing first base. He usually plays first base when Balter pitches and then came in relief. Hits a line drive. That is a fair ball opposite field into right. Ooh, he's heading for second. He's heading for second, and he is in there with a double. Great start to the inning by Haggerty. Little celebration out there. Beautifully placed ball. Stayed back. Pitch on the outer half. Line drive. I let out an ooh there for a second because it looked like he hesitated for 1 second, and that ball really died in the grass. I don't think the grass is too high here. I just think it had some of that sort of pool cue spin on it. But then he started running. He made it into second. So Ryan Gray is now up. Gray pulls back on the bunt. It's a wild pitch. Haggerty makes it to third. Excellent situation for the Wildcats now. Gray squared around like he was going to sacrifice bunt. Not a bad call at all in that situation. Smart call, get him over into scoring position, but didn't need to sacrifice himself as the wild pitch went to the backstop, allowed Haggerty to get to third. So Ryan Gray is going to be up there with a 1-0 count, runner on third. Really a situation where it's just stay back, stay within yourself, try and put the ball in play. Melrose is having a little meeting on the mound with Aquino, who has been very strong today. Infield is in, you can already tell. So they're going to be doing what they can to try and cut that runner down at home. This is a situation where, and I don't know what the call is going to be. If you're telling that runner on third, you got to wait and see it through, which is not a bad call with no outs. I think that might be the smart call, but you just sit back on a ball hit on the ground and wait and see if it gets through the infield. If you're telling him that you're going on contact as a base runner, it can be very easy to let your nerves get to you and freeze for a second. If the play is go on contact, if you do not go as soon as contact is made and you freeze for a second, you've just got to hold. 1-1 count on Ryan Gray at the plate. Foul ball, 1-2 on Ryan Gray at the plate. Connor Lovell is on deck. Senior center fielder. Ryan Gray up at the plate, 1-0 count. Outstanding basketball player, heck of an athlete. Ooh, pops it up to the first baseman, one down. One out, Connor Lovell coming up to bat. Ryan Gray, nice fight up at the plate, just got under that one a little bit, popped it up to the first baseman. Connor Lovell stepping up to bat. You really want Connor going up here looking for his pitch. And not trying to do too much, just nice little line drive. First baseman is crashing. Oh, and a sacrifice bunt. Suicide squeeze. And Haggerty is thrown out at the plate. Lovell was not able to get it down. The tag was up around the face. He is slow to get up, but he is getting up. Tough play. Suicide squeeze there. I don't know if it was a suicide squeeze, if that was the call, but Lovell squared to bunt. He broke for home. Lovell was not able to get the bat on the ball. So Haggerty is thrown out at home. Two out. 1-0 game, bottom of the fifth. Connor Lovell at the plate. Down 0-2 now. Connor's going to attend college at the University of Tampa, if I'm not mistaken, in the fall. Nice pitch by Aquino, backdoor curveball, strike three, looking. So we head to the top of the sixth. Melrose with a 1-0 lead. I believe we will have the right fielder, the fifth hitter, McCown. Cadel McCown leading off, followed by Capitolito and Brian Capitolito and Reed Heidelbrecht. Top of the sixth, 1-0 Melrose. It is, the longer that we at WCTV get to know these Wilmington High students, the harder it is when they become seniors. We've known Aiden Balter for 3 years. We've known Connor Lovell for 3 years. Seniors that are graduating. You know, we really put a lot into our sports coverage. The community really supports their sports teams. Our sponsors enable us to provide that kind of coverage through their generous sponsorship. And it is really hard when these kids graduate, so I can't imagine for their parents how hard it is. Really great group of kids. So J.R. Haggerty will be taking the mound for his second inning. Took a hard tag to the face, nothing dirty about that, just catcher tagged where he caught the ball. And unfortunately, Haggerty took Took a tough one there, but he's still in. He's taking the mound. He's pitching. He's getting ready to go for a second inning. Up at the plate, number 23, Cadel McCown, junior right fielder. Ball down for ball one. Two balls so far. Cadel McCown, I think he's probably sitting on his pitch up there. And he is. Line drive. Titterington knocks it down. Very hard hit ball. Throw is wide of Balter. Theo Bryson racing all the way down about 60 feet past the first base bag, sliding for that. He and Balter almost had a collision there, but they didn't. Once again, don't think either player is at fault. As a catcher, you're taught to just get after that, to do everything you can do to back up first base. But as Balter, you're also do not expect your catcher to be catching up to you about 150, 160 feet away from home plate. Luckily, no one was hurt. Two guys going after the ball hard. It is now 1-1 on the number 6 hitter, Capitolito. Ground ball, third base foul. So 1-2 count. Just missed up top, 2-2 count. I mean, this has been a very well-played game for both teams. This is a very outstanding Melrose High team. Ooh, tough take right there, 3-2. I think that pitch did miss, but it was real close. Wilmington High is really giving Melrose everything it can handle. Oop, hit batter. Was a full count anyways. So it will be first and second with no outs. Theo Bryson, Aiden Balter, head coach Matt McManus coming to the mound. Looks like the whole infield's coming to the mound now. They may be making a pitching change. I did not notice anyone warming up. I think maybe they're not. I think this is just a mound meeting. I don't think anyone was warming. Gonna have a force at any bag here. Got to think Matt McManus, with his pretty extensive baseball background, Division I player at Northeastern University, is probably telling him that. Guys, the ball hits you in the infield, you can step on any bag, get the one. You have a chance at a double play, but get that one first. Make sure of it. Ball hit to the third baseman, just step on that bag, maybe fire over to first, up the middle, probably going for two if it's between the shortstop and second baseman. We've seen Julian Martins and Will Poyant turn some pretty fantastic double plays this season. They're very strong defensively up the middle. And we have a ground ball to Julian Martins with slow hit. That was nothing you can do about that as a defense. You get the pitcher, J.R. Haggerty, got exactly what he wanted, which is a ground ball. Unfortunately, it was a little sort of cue shot that was out of his reach, and by the time it landed, the only thing Julian Martins could do is flip it to Will Poyant for the force at second. You now have second base open, first and third, one out. Ground ball up the middle, you got to try and go for two. If he steals that bag, I think you have to think about putting the runner on behind him to create a force everywhere if he steals second, because it's first and third. He's runner's going. Theo does not throw it down, bluffs the throw to third base. Smart play. Don't risk a ball being thrown into the outfield. So you got to Got to think about putting him on here to create a force all around. Infield's in. They're choosing not to put him on. 2-0. Want to pitch to him carefully here. You know, don't give him something to groove. Down 2-0, second and third. Walking him's not the worst thing in the world. Strike in there by Haggerty. 2-1. Two-one count. Foul ball, 2-2. Haggerty doing a nice job battling on the mound up there. This is number 5, Jack Casey. Foul ball, still 2-2. 1 out. Wilmington infield is in here. And I like this. If you can get him out, go after him, but you don't want to give him something in the middle of the plate. Better to walk him than to risk. Ground ball to Julian Martins. Runner holds. Great play by Martins. Fields it, looked the runner back, fired over to first base to Aiden Balter for the 6-3 put out. They cannot get a run in there. Worked out pretty perfectly for Wilmington. 2 outs now. You still have first base open, so you have a little bit of a chance, but you are coming after the number 9 hitter, who is the only underclassman in this lineup. That's why Matt McManus is the head coach. He knows what he's doing out there. Division I baseball pedigree. Worked out perfectly. Went after the batter with first base open, got the ground out. No run in, remains 1-0. Ball game. And it is a 1-1 count on the number 9 batter, Nate Greer. This commentary stuff is not easy. My hat is off to the commentators that we have had this year. Braden Almus, Wilmington High grad. Jim Boyle, longtime commentator. Jack Smith filling in some for us. My hat is off to them because it is difficult to stay on top of everything. 3-1 count here on the number 9 batter. 2 outs, second and third. Fouled straight back, so it's going to be 3-2. It is a 1-0 game in the top of the 6th inning. Melrose is up. Very strong Melrose team. Wilmington giving them a real battle. 3-2 pitch, misses down, and now the bases are loaded with the top of the order. Mikey Thomas, the shortstop, who has been fantastic in the field. Bases are loaded. Two outs, 1-0. You got to force anywhere. Balls hits you, step on your bag. First pitch is a strike. J.R. Haggerty going right at him. That's what you like to see. Thomas led off the game with a double. I think it was a double. Connor Lovell got a glove on it, but he was in a dive. I don't believe you can give a call. It is a pitch in the dirt, gets away from Theo Bryson, and the second run of the game is in for Melrose. Wild pitch, and they get run number 2 in. Second and third now, 2 outs, 1-1 count. Bryson did everything he could to try and get in front of that. It's just a little bit too far outside. Strike 2 is in there, so it is now 1-2 by Haggerty. Great job coming back after a tough sequence there. It really says a lot about a pitcher when they come right back after that and throw another strike. Thomas fouls that one off, stays alive, 1-2. 2 outs, runners on second and third. 2-0 Melrose, top of the 6th. Haggerty gets the signal from Bryson. He's on the mound from the stretch, goes home. Ooh, fastball just a little up. Nice pitch. job holding off from Thomas. He can really play as their leadoff batter and shortstop. It's 2-2, 2 outs. First base is open. Ball in the dirt. Not sure who that got. Bounced away from Bryson, but not far enough for the runner on third to score. It's now 3-2, 2 outs. Two outs, runners on second and third. Here's the pitch, ball 4. It's going to be bases loaded for the number 2 batter, left fielder number 2, Dylan Harrington, senior captain. Dylan today struck out, popped out, sac fly to left field to get the first run of the game in, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. First pitch is fouled straight back. So Haggerty's up. He's ahead, 1-0. 2 outs, 2-0 ball game. Melrose is on top, 2-0. Top of the 6th, 2 outs, bases loaded. 0-1 count. Haggerty from the stretch. Ground ball through the infield, past the diving Aiden Balter. 2 runs are going to score on that. Base hit by Harrington, past the dive by Balter. And it's now 4-0 with 2 outs. Runners on first and third for Melrose. This is a very good Melrose team. Wilmington has played them very hard. It was 0-0 after 4. Aiden Balter pitched 4 scoreless innings. Came out of the game. Haggerty's done an admirable job in relief. Not an easy position to come into against a team like this. Harrington steals second unopposed. First base is open now to the number 3 batter. 2-0. 2-0 count here. There's a lot going on here at Wilmington High today. Line drive towards right field, but Sanat is there, puts it away. Inning is over. After 5.5, 4-0 Melrose. Wilmington High coming up in the bottom of the 6th. They've got 2 more chances at it. Believe we are going to have the top of the order up. Julian Martins, Will Poyant, Aiden Balter. As I was saying, there's a lot going on here at Wilmington High. There is a girls lacrosse game going on. There is a boys tennis game going on. It is senior night for the boys tennis team. I see Shiv shot it. Shiv is a Wilmington High senior who transformed the photography program at the school. Outstanding sports photographer. He started really last year getting into it. Amazing work. Been in the Boston Globe, been all over the place. He's getting paid gigs now, professional gigs now. He does amazing work for the athletic department, amazing things for athletics at Wilmington High. And this year, you know, his work, I think, really inspired a lot of young photographers, because last year it was just Shiv by himself at the games and WCTV crew. And this year you might be at a sporting event and see 4, 5, 6 other young students there with cameras. Really, really, really phenomenal job by Shiv. Phenomenal job by the athletics department, athletic director Dennis Ingram, to really foster Shiv, Principal Ryan Gendron as well, foster his talents, encourage him, give him access to things, promote his work. Really fantastic to see, because the photography at the school has just exploded from that. And Shiv is a senior. Believe will be going to UMass Lowell next year, if I did not get that one wrong. Going to go on to tremendously successful things, but would be really cool to see him keep doing his photography in college. Lowell is a Division I school. First pitch to Julian Martins is a ball down. Jaden Aquino is still on the mound through 5 scoreless. Martin swings right through that one. 1-1. Ball down 2-1. Martins is only a sophomore, starting shortstop. It's very impressive. Very impressive that when you think of the most important positions up the middle, shortstop, catcher, I'd put catcher, shortstop as pretty equal, and it's both sophomores for Wilmington High. Martin swung through that pitch, so it is now fastball at about the top of that zone. Goes down looking. Tough call. One out. Will Poyant at the plate. Swinging strike 2. Want to definitely give an awful lot of praise to our crew on this. This is the first baseball broadcast WCTV has done live in years and years and years. We couldn't find the last one. Strike 2 swinging on Will Poyant, so it is 1-2 count, 1 out. Baseball broadcast is a very difficult thing to do if you are not working for ESPN. Pitch up, just up, 2-2. Unlike football or basketball, where it's a more contained area, you can really be on it with one camera. Even a pass down the field, full court pass, you can follow it, bigger ball. Baseball is very difficult. It's really something that you really typically need like 4 to 5 cameras to do it right. We're out here with 2 cameras. We're learning as we go. Amazing job by Maria, Matt, Aza, putting this together, because it is not easy. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off by Poyant. Nice cut. Back towards Wilmington High. This is definitely experience that we're going to learn from. We would like to broadcast more baseball games. Another nice cut by Poyant at the plate. He is battling up there. Second baseman. That is up onto the high school, overhanging the side door. So we are going to learn, first time out here, take a look at the footage, figure out camera positioning, what can we adjust. 2-2. Nice pitch by Aquino. Stays out of the zone, gets him to chase. 2 down in the 6th, top of the 6th. 4-0 Melrose. Number 3 batter, Aiden Balter, coming up to the plate. Aiden is outstanding baseball and basketball player, also golf. Will be going to Hobart College to play baseball in the fall. Fouls this one, out of play, first base side. Big right-handed pitcher, big right-handed bat. Know he's going to pitch in college, not sure if he's going to hit. Typically in college, they're making you choose, although at the Division III level, you never know. He can swing it. He's got some power. Curveball, just missed. Nice pitch by Aquino for Melrose there. Still has the shutout going through 5 2/3. Balter pops this one up to first. First baseman's going to have a play on the ball. Couldn't quite get there. Just ticked off Reed Heidebrecht's glove at first. Heidebrecht is a senior, 5th senior in the starting lineup today. Lefty first baseman. Aiden Balter at the plate. Count is 1-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Aquino deals. Good take by Balter, low. 2-2, 2 outs. Aquino really working out of the stretch the whole game, not going from the windup. Misses down. Not overpowering with his fastball, but he just is throwing strikes. He has been throwing strikes all game. Very smart. Great location. Off-speed pitch gets Balter out in front for the strikeout. and we head to the top of the 7th. 4-0 Melrose. Tallying this up, like I said, this is novice bookkeeping, but I think Aquino has 11 strikeouts. I may be wrong, but I think he's got 11 strikeouts. That's what I have. Saw Balter strike out 13 against Lexington earlier this year. It was an outstanding pitching performance. This is a pretty outstanding pitching performance as well by Jaden Aquino. So we are heading into the top of the 7th. Theo Bryson throwing down to second base. About to begin the 7th inning, top of the 7th. Up to bat is number 19, catcher Brendan Doyle, cleanup batter. It's 4-0 Melrose. First pitch was a ball. It is 1-0, 7th inning. 4-0 Melrose. Got a pitcher's duel through 4. There really never was a point where the game got broken open, just a couple of timely hits. Wild pitch here, sacrifice fly there. And it is a very strong Melrose High team. 3-0 count on the cleanup batter here, Doyle. Haggerty in there for a strike, 3-1. Ball 4, walks him. Runner on first, nobody out, 7th inning. I believe they're going with a courtesy runner for the catcher here. Give him a breather. That is allowed in high school. Number 22 is in to run. Listed as Max Hogue, a freshman. If that is a freshman, that is a large freshman. He is, Balter goes about 6'6". He looks like he's probably, I don't know, 6'2", 6'3", as a freshman. He's taken off for second. Wild pitch. There's going to be no shot at him there. Once that ball was in the dirt, he took off. Two-0 count, J.R. Haggerty on the mound. Two one now. Not out. 4-0 Melrose. Nice block by Theo. And it is now 3-1. Fly ball out there to no man's land. Right center falls in for a hit. Sanat dove at it. Base runner's able to advance to third, first and third. A little flare off the end of the bat into right center. No one was quite able to get there. Strong throw from Connor Lovell into third to make it close, but it's now first and third, nobody out. Line drive to left in the air. Ryan Gray comes on, makes the play. Max Hogue was not able to tag on that, so one down. Ryan Gray makes the play out there and left. So up to bat, number 10 for Melrose, Reed Heidebrecht. Squares to bunt. Theo throws down to second. Got him. Beautiful throw by Theo to get Cadel McCown stealing second. Runner on third, not able to advance, so there is now 2 outs. Very strong throw by Theo Bryson. A little bloop into center field. This is going to get a run in. Ball gets away from Connor Lovell for a second. No one's able to advance. Another one of those, you just don't need to hit him so hard if you hit him in the right spot. Baseball field's awfully big. That was just another well-placed flare. I don't think you could have thrown that ball any better. So it is now 5-0, I believe. 2 outs, runner going, pitch in the dirt. Theo wouldn't have had a chance at him if he'd come up with that one. Ball was in the dirt. Runner got a great jump. So Heidebrecht is now in scoring position with 2 outs. Ground ball to third. It is foul. Noah Titterington dives for it, but it is a foul ball. 5-0, top of the 7th. 2 out. Believe it is a 1-1 count. Scoreboard is a little behind. Yep, it is a 1-1 count. Nice pitch by J.R. Haggerty. He's shown a lot of guts out there. Tough situation, long relief against an outstanding squad. They get a couple of runs. He has continued to go to work out there. Two outs, runner on second. 2-2 count. Line drive foul down the left field line. Warming in the bullpen for Wilmington High. Trying to get a look. Matt Driscoll, number 15, line drive up the middle. They're sending him. Connor Lovell throw to the plate. It is a beautiful throw. Oh, just slightly late. That was an outstanding throw from Connor Lovell. One hop to home on a line. Did everything you should do. Aiden Balter could have cut it, but the only chance at home is to not cut it. It was on a line right through Balter. Balter lets it go, and just a hair behind. But everybody on that relay did what they should have done for Wilmington High. Beautiful throw from Lovell. It is now 6-0 Melrose, 2 outs. Number 7. Center fielder, sophomore. This ball is flared to center for Lovell. Lovell tracks it. Makes a Willie Mays basket catch out there to end the inning. Sophomore Nate Greer flies out to Connor Lovell. So after the top of the 7th, it is 6-0 Melrose. We head into the last half of the inning, Wilmington High's last chance. This game has been a far, far closer game than the score would now show. It was 0-0 after 4. Melrose is an outstanding team this year. Definitely a playoff team. Wilmington's battled them. So Jaden Aquino is warming up for the 7th. He has been outstanding through 6. The 6-0 Melrose. Roman Sinat coming up to bat for Wilmington High. First pitch is in there for a strike. Oh, 1 to Roman Sinat. Ooh. I don't think he went, but we'll see what they say. Ooh. Our base umpire has definitely erred on the side of yes, he went on borderline plays. So it is 0-2 now. Fouled off by Sinat, staying alive. Into the parking lot here at Wilmington High. 0-2 count. Ooh, that was a beautiful curveball by Aquino. He has pitched a gem out there. If I am correct, that is his 12th strikeout. I may have missed one here or there because I am a novice bookkeeper. But that was an outstanding pitch and definitely textbook case here of hit your spots and good things will happen. Not blowing anyone away. He reared back on that one. Ball in the dirt to Theo Bryson, who's up there, sophomore catcher. But for the most part, he has just been hitting his spots, mixing it up. Outstanding control. 2-0 pitch. 2-0 pitch coming up now. It's 2-0 on Bryson. You really want Theo to be working on some things at the plate. Very talented young catcher. Sit on your pitch. Curveball. That right there is confidence. You're down, you're behind 2-0 as the pitcher, and you throw a big sweeping curveball to get back to 2-1. Another curveball. Followed up one curveball with another. That is something. That one was a tighter curve than the first. It's now 2-2. Fastball. Theo stays alive. 2-2 count. Aquino came with the fastball after a pair of curves. Brought it from 2-0 to 2-2. Sophomore catcher Theo Bryson at the plate. 2-2 count, 1 out. Theo hits a ground ball, slow roller to short. What a play by Melrose High School shortstop Mikey Thomas, and a great pick at first base by Reed Heidebrecht. That was outstanding all around. Bryson running very hard out of the box, and you're not going to find a better high school shortstop in the field than what we've seen today from Mikey Thomas from Melrose. Has been outstanding. So 2 outs. Noah Titterington is at the plate. Last chance for Wilmington, and Aquino, another curveball for a strike in there. Had 1-0. Nice cut by Titterington, fastball. 0-2 count. Aquino is on the verge of a complete game shutout here. Curveball down. He definitely did not go, but glad they didn't check that one. 1-2 count. And he strikes out Titterington to end the game. Masterful performance by Jaden Aquino. Melrose tops Wilmington 6-0. Really was a terrific, terrific game. It was 0-0 through 4. Wilmington High battled against a very strong Melrose High team. A lot of really talented young players on this Wilmington team, some great kids. We want to thank our sponsors. WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar, Austin Stife Mortgage Loan Officer, Team Blue Realty. WCTV Sports is powered by Red Heat Tavern and Knowledge Brokers Realty. And Wilmington High Baseball is sponsored by TJ's Barbershop and Wilmington High Baseball is sponsored by TJ's Barbershop and Business Interiors Floor Covering. We want to thank our crew today, Aza, Matt, Maria. Thank Elijah out there shooting cinematic video. Thank everyone for tuning in, and really hope we can make this more of a regular thing. It was very fun, not an easy broadcast to run. So thank you all for joining us. That's all from Scanlon Field.